Is it rolling?
It's rolling.
Oh, we're rolling.
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody.
Welcome back. We are going to do a semi-travel episode today. Gonna more of like a summary of our experiences when it comes to the greatest, most exciting pastime of all time, which is
Skiing.
skiing or snowboarding, depending on your vehicle of choice.
Vehicle.
But we're going to compare the different places that we've been and do a bit of a comprehensive guide and list to each. But to start off with, let's rank them.
Yep.
What are our favorites? So obviously there's other ones we want to go to. Like we haven't been to Europe at all yet. We would love to go to the Italian Alps, the French Alps,
Austrian.
the Austrian Alps. Like that would be amazing. So we can't give a full global review yet. But from the places we have been, there is Whistler in Canada. There is
Hakuba in Japan.
Hakuba in Japan. There is Niseko in Japan.
Yep.
There is also
Queenstown.
The ones we've been to in Queenstown are
The Remarkables. Coronet Peak. I think that's it.
Any others?
I think that might be all the places we've seen.
We've
so
both
far.
been to Perisher as well, not together.
Oh yeah.
But we've been to Perisher as kids, so we can rank that one in there too. We haven't been there recently, but
I'm just laughing because I already know where it's going to go in the rankings.
Oh,
but
I think it'll be higher for me than maybe
really,
because I don't think you have great experience. Maybe because you haven't been there since you were a kid, you don't remember as well.
Yeah,
But
I probably can't give a fair judgment.
It's actually a lot bigger than the New Zealand ones. Like it's
when you say bigger, do you mean
way
like
more runs and just way more size in general.
Okay.
But okay, we won't go too detailed into it yet. However, all right, my list might be a bit different from yours then, but let's both think and come up with our own answers as to what number one is.
I already know mine.
But you've got to justify it too.
I can justify
it. And you got to factor in everything, like not just what's the most exciting, you got to like how hard is it to get to,
Yep.
The cost of it, like everything that goes into it.
Yep. I still feel the same way.
All right, I've got my number one. You go first. What's your number one?
Hakuba.
Hey!
So Hakuba in Japan is like, we have spoken about it on previous episodes, but it's like the mecca of skiing and snowboarding in Japan.
Oh, Hakuba.
Praise the mountain. No, but Hakuba is so good. And the reason why I'm ranking it the highest, and I feel you're going to have similar reasons to
Tell them, Liz.
is, okay, so affordability. I think it's probably one of the more affordable ski places. And then what you get at that affordability is amazing. So it's really accessible from Tokyo. You can catch a direct bus. You can do the train route, not as direct, but it is doable and reasonably priced. So it's easy to get to.
Train, bus, or taxi.
Yeah.
Depending on your.
Or if you hire a car, I've seen a lot of people driving there as well.
Definitely one of the easiest ones to get to.
Yep. I would say the quality of snow there is unreal. I don't think we've ever had bad conditions there. I think we've skied there about 3 times and it's always been great conditions. Obviously, you get some days where it's not.
Yeah, some places in the world it's very much variable depending on when you go. But I would say Hakuba is pretty much from, let's say, Christmas time till March. You're pretty much guaranteed that it's going to be good.
Absolutely,
Like, obviously, outside of, so close to the start of December and March onwards, depends on how good the season is. But I think even if it's the worst season they've ever had, there's still pretty good snow in those months.
Yeah. And then I would say, like, for sake of variety, there's about 10 different mountain resorts.
10. You heard that right, people.
Yeah. 10. So if you get bored of one, you just hop on a shuttle bus and go down the road to the next one. Like, you really can't get bored there. And I think you could spend a decent amount of time there and your options would be endless.
And you've heard me rave about this in previous episodes, if you are a frequent listener. But Japan does so well infrastructure. Even though the mountains are somewhat separate, there's numerous, like tons of different shuttle buses going around 24/7, or not 24/7, but while the ski mountains are open. So, and there's tons of different stops so that you can stay all around the place and you'll be able to get to any of the mountains any day you want. Sometimes even 2, 3, 4 different mountains in one day if you're active and durable enough.
Yeah. I think also plenty of like good accommodation options, and because you've got all these different mountains. Sorry, I shouldn't call them mountains. I think they call them resorts. So
Yeah, but they are kind of their own mountains.
yeah,
There's only one that I think shares the same mountain, and that's Goryeo and 47.
yep.
They're two different resorts that share the same mountain, but all the other ones, they literally are their own
Their own
mountains.
mountain, yeah. So yeah, we'll call them like mountains. But yeah, there's so much variety. Your lift pass for the Hakuba Valley permits you to go onto the shuttle bus.
Yeah.
I think most ski
So
resorts
the bus is
have that
free,
kind of
and you can go to every single mountain.
yeah. And then not only that, your
It's-
accommodation sometimes offers shuttle bus
Yes.
services as well, which
Yeah, really good.
we have found. We can delve. Should we delve more into Hakuba, or should
Yeah, a
we?
little bit more. You can get into detail. So
Yeah.
that not only will they, like a lot of the places you stay at, that not only will they pick you up from the bus stop or the train station or whatever, but they'll also offer every morning, like, we're driving out to all the mountains, so hop on our bus and we'll take you here.
Yep.
And then they have pickup times as well. Shout out to the Fat Packers. They're one
Yeah.
that does it really well. They're an Australian run, and you'll often find lots of Australians there as well. They're out at Sagaiki. And yeah, they're an amazing. I hesitate to even call them hotel. They're an amazing company. Like, they do
Yeah.
everything. They have a restaurant there too. It's really good. But
There's options there too. Like you can stay in the backpackers area, or you can go upstairs, and
there's
there's
dorms or
private rooms with
private,
en-suites, which
And
we tend to do.
like Liz said, just like value for money. Yes, it's like more expensive than if you were staying in a city because, like, it's a ski resort. It's remote. Like,
Yeah.
things cost more to do. But compare that to any other ski resort in Japan or in Australia or wherever, it's like super cheap.
Yeah, I think you really get like value for money there.
Yeah. Like, if you spend a week there, even if you're factoring in flights from Australia and everything else, that would still be cheaper than spending a week in a ski resort in
In the
Australia
Australian snow.
or New Zealand or wherever. So
Yep. It's a no-brainer, really.
it's a no-brainer. That was my number one as well, for
Yep.
sure.
Number two, I'm interested to know what you think for number two.
All right, my number two is Niseko.
Mine too.
So Japan again. It's hard to go past Japan. I'll give you a little context too. So Japan has like just such good snow. Like, it's a completely different terrain. So they get like the Siberian winds coming in from Russia mixes with like the Japanese atmosphere, and it does some cool little chemical processes or whatever, and it literally actually produces snow that is different to snow that's anywhere else in the world. Like, it's just so powdery and soft, and
Not all snow is equal.
no,
And Japanese snow is
the whiter the better.
elite.
But yeah, it's something else. The purity, it's 99% pure snow. But yeah, you can't beat it. And the only reason I put Hakuba above Niseko is costs and time. So Niseko, even though it is Japan, and Japan is normally pretty good with pricing, it's actually quite expensive. Like, not as expensive as a European resort, but like it's getting up to Australian price levels. And also it's in Hokkaido. So as of currently, there's no direct flights from here to Sapporo or Hokkaido.
When you say here from Brisbane.
Brisbane, there is one in Sydney, and I don't think it operates every day. There is one in Sydney that does, but yeah, if you're in Brisbane or Melbourne or anywhere else, you're not going to have that direct flight. Plus, it is a longer direct flight, and that only gets you to Sapporo, then Sapporo to Niseko. Because it is Hokkaido and it's a little bit more rural and remote than what Tokyo is, the infrastructure isn't quite as good, but they do have buses out there. But we definitely do not recommend trying to navigate the train.
On our original like trips in Japan, we always opted for like the budget option, which would be going via train out to these snow resorts, and it's doable. Is it enjoyable? No.
I don't even know if I'd say it's doable. You can do it.
You can do it.
It is possible. But the toll it takes on your soul, it may not be worth it. But yeah, it's an amazing resort. Like, if it was where Hakuba was, and Hakuba was where Niseko was, then Niseko would have been number one for me. But
Yep. So what are some other reasons why you rank Niseko so highly? Like, talk about the runs. I don't know if you can picture what the runs are like in Niseko.
Don't you talk about it?
I was trying to give you the floor, but
my mouth runs enough. If you've got something to say, please say it.
so I just wanted to touch on the fact that the runs are really good. When we say runs, like when I say it's good, running, we're definitely not running. But like they're long. You know the worst thing is when you hop off the ski lift, you go down and then it's over in 2 seconds. Like they were long.
We're still talking about skiing here, or?
Yeah, yeah. The facilities were like top notch. So there's even on one of the mountains, I think it might have been Hanazono, I believe it's called. They have these little
I know
bubbles
exactly what you're gonna say. Yeah.
where you go on the chairlift, and I think they do this big in Europe,
cool.
so this might not be new
And
to
the
people,
seats
but
are like warm and
yeah, they have like just the facilities. I found you can also traverse in Niseko. So traversing is when you can go from one mountain to the other without having to.
I kind of cut you off there. I think you were saying that. So what Liz was saying was that so the ski lifts are normally just a chair that you sit on. It's freezing, especially if it's windy. It's like can be really unpleasant going from the bottom to the top of the mountain.
Yep.
But these ski lifts actually have
like a bubble,
a shield that like comes in front of you.
Yeah.
And the seats are
Keeps you
warmed
warm.
And, like,
They're like UV protected as well.
It actually like warms you up, whereas
Yep.
most mountains. You would sit on it and you actually it's like a hard steel, so it's freezing to touch. It's
It's not
cold.
pleasant. You almost dread it. You're queuing up
Exposed-
for so long, and then you
exposed
get
to
on
the
it. You're like, I don't
elements,
even want to sit on
yeah.
this thing.
But no, they do a really good job of like managing the facilities, and everything's really new and up to date. And
Something else worth mentioning about just Japan skiing on a whole, from what we've experienced, is you never queue. I very rarely are you queuing. Maybe at peak time on a weekend, expect to queue.
Yes,
But even then, you're
weekends.
only sitting in the line or standing in the line for 5 minutes, and then you're on the lift, you're ready to go.
Disclaimer, we also normally go in, I think what they call it, like the shoulder season or whatever. So
Yep.
we don't normally go when it's school holidays. So if you do need to go when it's school holidays, chances are it's going to be a little bit busier.
Or just leave the kids at home.
But
Sorry. I just think about taking kids skiing, and I think it would be so fun, but also, like, I know how dramatic I am. I could only imagine trying to, like, wrangle kids.
Oh, don't get me
into,
wrong.
like,
I'm glad that my parents took me when I was younger, but
it would have been.
it would have ruined it for them. They definitely would not have had fun. We were such a handful. We were just like crying all the time, and if something wasn't right, or stacking it, or getting lost, and then they have to spend the whole day looking for us. And yeah, I can imagine it would be quite stressful.
Is that what it felt like when you took me skiing the first couple of times? I was like a little kid. The tantrums that I was having, and
Look, I think that's why I handled it so well. Is because I was like feeling like this is my karma for putting my parents through this shit.
well, you were like my carer. You were just treated.
I have done a lot of disability support work in the past, so I was well prepared for the task ahead of me.
That pretty much sums up my skiing abilities to begin with. But yeah, no, Niseko is great. Like the Grand Hirafu, which is the main station or the main mountain, is such a good hub. And I think if we do go there again, hopefully we're planning a trip soon, I think we'll stay in Grand Hirafu. That would be my only complaint, was where we stayed the time we went. Because it's so expensive, we were like, okay, how are we going to save costs here? Like, it's exorbitantly, is that the right word?
Exorbitantly
More expensive
It's a
compared
very
to
good
Hakuba.
point. Very good point to raise. Like if you
Bella, if you're not oh my God.
she's providing a lot of background
really
noise and now background smell as well.
Bella, our dog, is here with us, and she's letting them rip.
Yeah, and she's chewing and licking.
But I was going to say
That's a very good point you raise. Like Hakuba, your money definitely goes a lot further, so you're not as worried about that. You'll probably eat more meals out, that kind of thing. Niseko, because it is more expensive, you may have a tendency to want to try and save your pennies a little bit. But if you've got the money and you're willing to splurge, like Niseko is the place to do it, because and let's talk about like vibe too. Like his name was just to say vibe, but
we love the vibes.
yeah, because it's Japan and because it's so well looked after, like everyone's just like super respectful, everything works. So I find when you have like poor management of a place, that generally breeds a lot of anger in the people there. People tend to get very upset because the thing didn't work properly, the thing was shut down, the bus didn't turn up, whatever it is. it makes people upset, and then the whole vibe's kind of off. But everything, I know what you're laughing at. Everything,
I'm laughing because I just remember. Sorry, keep talking.
everything runs so well generally in Japan. I think, and it's managed so well that everyone is just happy. Everyone's happy. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's being moderately respectful. Aussies hate to call you out here, but we do love to drink a few. So you'll get drunk Aussies no matter which resort you go to.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like the vibe is definitely high.
What I was gonna say earlier was I think Grand Hirafu is the place to stay because we didn't stay in Grand Hirafu. We were like quite out in the
Well, I'll put it this way: it's
sticks.
the place to stay if you want to do like stuff outside of skiing as well. Like if you want to go for meals and have like a bit of a nighttime experience. Definitely. But if you're just there like a hardcore skier or a snowboarder, like
you could stay anywhere really.
What was the one we stayed at?
So we were staying near the Hilton, but we weren't at the Hilton.
What was that one called though?
It was called Freerider Backpackers.
No, the resort.
Oh, well, it had a really weird name. But the chairlift that we were closest to, or the main resort, was I've forgotten. You keep chatting, and I'm going to look it up because I want to like let people know.
But yeah, all those ones they're great because you still are near the slopes, so it doesn't really matter anyway. If you're just there to ski and you don't care about anything outside the mountain, don't worry about staying in Grand Hirafu because you definitely pay the extra money to stay in Grand Hirafu.
It was Niseko Village.
Niseko Village.
So we were in Niseko Village, which has the Hilton, which I think if you can afford would be amazing. We actually went in there for like just to have a little break and to warm up, and we were like, oh, yeah, it'd be nice to stay here. We'll go back to our little backpackers down the road. But honestly, where we stayed was fine. It was definitely a backpackers, but it was cheap. We were there over Christmas, so we were there at like a not a peak time for Japan because they don't celebrate Christmas as much as we do. But to be skiing on Christmas Day and to pay for what we paid, I think we did quite well.
But yeah, again, if you are just there for the skiing, you can stay literally anywhere and it's fine. But if you want to have a bit of a nightlife and you don't want to be stressing about buses and everything, because they don't run very late into the evening either, and they get super packed at the end of the day. So it might not be that far on the map, but like here to here could take you like an hour and a half just with how busy everything is.
And when you're talking about walking through snow and ice, it's it's tougher conditions.
Yes.
So yeah, Niseko ranked second for us.
Second. Number 3 is actually really difficult for me. I think if we're purely going from a skiing perspective, you would have to give number 3 to Whistler.
I agree.
Just because it's a very vast resort, heaps of different skiing. It's very beautiful out there. It's just a shame that it's in Canada. But
hey, we're going to give Canada another go one day.
Yeah. But no, I'll give number 3 to Whistler. Amazing resort. Again, it gets bonus points depending on how you look at it. It gets bonus points because it's close to Vancouver, so it's easy to get to. Does tend to make it a bit busy though, but yeah, I remember we went there. We just did. I think we ended up doing like 3 slopes, 3 days on the slopes at Whistler, 3 or 4. And it's connected to another mountain, Blackcomb. Tons of runs. They're all relatively well looked after. The facilities are great. Busy, but not ridiculously so.
The actual village itself at Whistler is absolutely
very
beautiful.
Very like European vibes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got cobblestone streets. It's exactly. It's what I would picture if we went somewhere in France or Switzerland, Austria to ski. I think it would be very reminiscent of a village there. I think if you could afford to stay there, it would be beautiful. There was so many shops and restaurants and bars. It had a really cool scene actually. Like I think if you were into drinking or even not, like it just had a really cool atmosphere. I remember we came down one day to pack up and get on the bus, and there was a bar there at the bottom of the slope, and there was like music playing and everyone was like dancing, and it just had like a really cool atmosphere. So
I think call that uppres. They call that
uppres, yeah.
Uppres or whatever, when you have like the drinking and the skiing kind of like combined into the two.
Yeah. Whistler's great though. I think there is a lot of pluses to Whistler. And like you said, like it is beautiful, the scenery, the runs were good. Well, everything was well run as well. Like the facilities are really well looked after. The staff were good. Like I can't really complain
Lots
about
to
it.
explore too. Like we were there for 3 days, and I don't think we really got bored of it. Like there was still plenty to see.
Yep.
But nothing particularly stands out. Like definitely excitement wise. So I think I would tend to say I've had more fun on our Queenstown ski trips,
Yep.
but I think the resort itself at Whistler is better than the Queenstown resort.
And also just the quality of the snow as well. So I agree. I'm ranking Whistler as third. I think that brings in fourth. Would fourth be Queenstown for you?
Yes, definitely. I think so. It's just so beautiful. So the issue you can sometimes face with ski trips is that it can be the most amazing ski slopes in the world, but if you have like a bad weather day and it's just so if you have a bad weather day in the snow and like it's like a blizzard, heavy winds, not only will they likely shut down the lifts, but the visibility will be so poor it's basically not even worth going out there.
Yep.
So on those days you aren't skiing. So you need to also factor in, is this a resort where if there's a bad weather day, what can I do? So a lot of the best resorts, they lose points because there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah.
It's either ski or do nothing.
Yep.
Whereas Queenstown is like, you almost have even more fun sometimes if you're not skiing. There's just so many things to do. It's so beautiful. It's so diverse that, yes, I would say the slopes are probably it's such a harsh thing to call somewhere the worst in the world. But I would have to say New Zealand slopes are probably some of the worst in the world just because the southern hemisphere just doesn't get good snow.
Yeah.
There's only a few places that it does have it. So yeah, there's the Remarkables and Coronet. They're, in comparison to the other ones we've talked about, they're minuscule. They're like, what is Coronet or Remarkables, like 6 different runs, 6 or 7 different
very
runs?
small. Like you can, when we talked about like you can get bored easily or you don't get bored easily in Japan because the options are endless. I think it's the opposite. I do remember when we skied in New Zealand, we'll pretty much cover the whole mountain within like the first few hours, and then we're like, what do we do now?
And you talk about quality of the slopes and the snow. I would say about 70% of the time we've been there, it's been pretty bad quality.
Yep.
And we've been like all times of the winter
I think we
season.
must have skied at least 3 times in Queenstown.
More, I would say. And we've been there at the start of the season, the middle of the season, the end of the season. And it doesn't seem to matter when you go. It requires constant like snow. If there's one day that it doesn't have a good amount of snow,
it really
the
suffers.
whole mountain is like icy and you can see all the rocks and all the trees and the shrubs start to pop through. And yeah, it's just if you've never been anywhere else and it's the first time you've ever skied, it'll be amazing and you won't know any different.
Yep.
But if you've been skiing in the northern hemisphere and then you come to the southern, you're gonna realize real quick that
I think
it's not really built for it.
I think we've always seen it as like, especially on years where we're skiing more frequently. I mean, we've had a bit of a break, but it's great because it's somewhere you can ski mid-year while you're waiting for the Northern Hemisphere.
Yes. It's the line.
Sounds so privileged.
It's the line.
It's my mid-year skiing option while I wait for the better snow.
My off-season slopes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you're waiting for the good one to be ready, you go and hang out at the trash resort.
But yeah, it's like you said, it seems harsh to call it the worst, but we're just basing that off of better conditions that we've seen. And I look, if they had slightly better conditions, because obviously it gets cold enough there to snow, but it needs like to get great quality snow. It's a bit of a concoction of a few different things, a few different weather elements.
I would almost say though that if you're somebody who wants to ski but isn't really passionate about it, just wants to do a little bit of it, I would almost put Queenstown as number 1 over the other resorts because the other resorts are very much like you go there to ski and there's not a whole lot much else to do.
Yep.
But if you're someone who just wants to do a little bit of everything, I would almost put Queenstown as number one because if you don't need that much when it comes to skiing, you just want a bit of a taste of it.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to do hikes and like stroll and like everything else in a beautiful town.
Yep.
Queenstown's number one then. I would actually put it at number one on the list.
I would agree.
So it just depends what you're after.
Yeah.
And dead last? Australia! So Perisher and Thredbo are both like pretty much right next to each other down there. Only reason I'm putting them dead last is I actually think the resorts there are bigger and have a bit more to offer than the one in Queenstown. However, definitely not as beautiful, definitely not as scenic, definitely not as much going on as Queenstown. And you talk about unreliability of snow and weather. Like, I cannot tell you how many videos I've seen of people being like, yeah, keen for the day, boys. And then they turn the camera around and it's literally just like rocks and dirt and like a little patch of snow here and there. And Australian snow is dodgy as when it comes to, they'll have nothing and they'll have a big dump and it'll be good for like a few weeks. And then there'll be like a month of just like dodgy, shoddy, you can barely ski conditions.
Yeah.
And on top of that, most expensive anywhere in the world.
I know, it's ridiculous.
More expensive than Queenstown, more expensive than Japan. I haven't actually been to the European ones, but from what I've seen online, almost more expensive than the European ski resorts. And accommodation as well. Holy.
Not many options.
Like, I remember looking, I think you could probably do a month in Hakuba for what you can do 1 week in
like a little shanty.
In a little piece of poo.
I guess they're jacking up the price because it's such a novelty. Like, we're in Australia, you don't think snow when you think Australia, so it is a bit of a novelty. And I think they're probably, I haven't been there for so long, like it was when I was younger, but I imagine they have to rely on like snow machines a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess you're paying for all those sorts of facilities.
But they have those everywhere though.
Yeah.
It's just
there's no excuse.
You're trying to defend them, but I don't think they need to be defended.
There's no excuse.
It's very overpriced, very inflated, and the quality just again, if you're someone who's adverse to flying, you don't want to leave the country at all. Yes, it's a good way to experience the snow, but if you don't mind getting on a flight, pretty much anywhere is better than here.
And it's so cool being able to go to another country and ski because you're ticking so many boxes. I think that's why we love skiing in Japan because if you don't know, we really like Japan.
We do. We are quite
if you're
partial.
new here,
Quite partial.
We love Japan, and so to combine like one of our favorite things to do in the world, which is skiing, and be in our favorite country in the world, it's just like. So I think that's why I think Japan was always going to win in this little comparison. While we're talking about skiing, do we want to talk about some funny stories and memories from all of our ski travels that pop up after talking about all these different places?
The only one other thing I will say before we do that is if you have your own ski gear, it can be a little bit difficult sometimes traveling with that. Obviously, you got to get like the oversized bags and that when you've got skis.
Yep.
However, just a side note, a really good thing Japan does is that they have like a postal system. Obviously, everyone has a postal system, but their postal system is really good. Like
Japan's is better.
As soon as you get to the airport, even if you're not going in the snow straight away, you can just straight up just give them your bags and be like, a week from now, I want this to be at this accommodation on this date at this time, and it'll be done.
Yep.
And so you don't have to be lugging all your equipment around the city with you if you want to check out the city first.
Yep. Yeah, it's they have some really good facilities like that. I mean, we have never taken advantage of that because we've kind of just copped it or we leave our bag. I mean, there's also really good facilities, like we've been able to leave our bag somewhere for a day where we've had like time, like we've checked out of our hotel, but then we don't want to go out to the slopes until later in the day potentially.
Yeah.
We've been able to leave our ski bag like at a train station. There's heaps of options like that. So if anyone's watching, Bella's a part of this podcast now.
He's a bit of a sook.
I would love to take Bella to the snow.
Yeah.
He's so sweet.
They have that in Japan. Oh, I've seen that in New Zealand as well, but it's called...
dogs.
You're allowed to bring dogs up on the slopes, which is pretty awesome. I don't actually think they're allowed to go down the actual ski slopes.
I would love to see that.
Although I did see one doing that in New Zealand, but in Japan I've only seen them on top of the mountain.
I think it's more like if you're just coming up to spectate, you can bring the dogs along with you. We saw 2 corgis in Hakuba. That was cool. Yeah, I wanted to talk about maybe some funny memories and stories that we have from all of our skiing experiences. When you were talking about Niseko before and you're talking about how great the staff are and how friendly they are, I was remembering some of the bus drivers that we've
Oh,
encountered.
yes. We have talked about that in the
Yeah.
second episode.
So normally they're really friendly, but we came across one in particular
Yeah.
who,
They're just a little bit worn down by the world, I think.
yeah,
And they want everything to run perfectly and on time. And if you're getting in the way of that, then you are the enemy.
yep.
They're going to seek and destroy.
I mean, I feel bad for them because they do have their work cut out for them. Like it would be hard work getting through the snow. You're dealing with people that are cold, tired. Everyone is like always rushing on and off the bus. So yeah, I don't imagine it'd be the funnest job. A little bit stressful. But yeah.
Plus, I think some Japanese people have a bit of a, like, as nice and accommodating as they are, they do get a little bit frustrated sometimes when tourists come and like don't respect the customs
Yep.
and are just being like
is so fair.
belligerent and over the top and everything else. So, and as a bus driver at a popular Japanese like international resort, you would just be dealing with tourists 24/7. So
Yeah.
you can see why after a while they would begin to just be like, "You people come here and you don't even use the bus properly. Ticketo. They're like, no." and sometimes you catch the brunt of it, and like you might be a nice person, but they're just so used to having people not respect the system. They just think you're another disrespectful tourist kind of thing. So it is sometimes possible to get labeled like that, but in general they are quite nice and accommodating.
Yeah, they are. Yep. Any funny stories pop up in your mind about our trips? I mean, the very first trip we did to Hakuba definitely had its moments because it was sort of like almost like a new experience for both of us, getting our feet again skiing. Or I'd never skied. You had skied, but not for a very long time. And I remember like on the first day, Hugh thought I was really good at skiing. He was like, "Wow, Liz is getting down the mountain so fast. I'm so proud of her. She's so confident." And then when he realized that what I was doing was actually just pointing my skis in one direction and just plummeting down the mountain with no control, no ability to turn my skis.
She wasn't flying, she was falling with style.
And I remember when you realized that I wasn't
So we were on the
actually.
green slopes, and if you know anything about like the easier slopes, it'll eventually, like, you won't build up enough speed for it to be dangerous. If you just go straight down it, you can just go straight down it, and then it'll go to a flat and it'll pretty much stop and you're sweet. But as soon as you go to anything steeper than that, if you point your skis just straight down, you'll get way too much speed and you'll stack. So that's when we discovered.
Well, because I remember you were like trying to teach me how to stop, and I wasn't really grasping it. So my idea of stopping was just falling over. It was like I will just pick up all this speed and then I will just fall. And that was pretty much what my
And
skiing
if anyone's,
involved.
you might not have skied before, but if you've ever ridden a bike, that kind of it's a similar process. So that kind of formula of I'll just go super fast and then fall off to stop myself.
Not
It's
really.
not very durable. It's not a very long-term solution.
No.
You do it about twice and then you're ruined.
I just remembered something else funny when we were in Canada. We were skiing down the mountain, and I was like, "Oh, I wouldn't mind having a break. Can we go stop at the Rendezvous Cafe?"
Oh yes, the good old Rendezvous Cafe.
He goes, "The what?" Rendezvous. It was the Rendezvous
In
Cafe.
Liz's defense, if you do look at the word rendezvous, it is spelt pretty hectically.
It's so weird
So
the way
if
it's spelled.
you've heard the word before but never seen it written down, I can understand why you might think it says Rendezvous. Plus, Liz has glasses now. She didn't before.
No, I think I needed them a few years
and you're
ago.
in the snow. It's quite bright. You got to wear goggles, so it's a little bit. Oh, that's a good thing to remember too. Is when you are skiing or snowboarding, you use goggles because it's so crazy bright up there.
Yeah.
Because you're so high up.
And
But
everything
but
reflects
also
on-
because of the wind, like that, it'll dry your eyes out. You won't be able to see properly because you're going so fast. So you need goggles on. But make sure you bring or you have a switch outable kind of like shade to them, because if it's a super sunny day, you need goggles that block the light. But if it's a super like overcast day and you wear those same goggles, you won't be able to see anything. It'll be super dark. So just something to keep in mind. You do need a different lens for your goggles because optimally it's going to be a sunny day. Those days are amazing. Everything's sweet. But if it is a poor visibility day and you have goggles that are just built for sunny days, it's going to be even harder to see. And when you can't see, you pretty much can't ski.
It's really scary.
Actually, if you can't see, you can't ski. But literally, you need to be able to see like what the terrain in front of you looks like.
Yeah.
And on a poor visibility day, if you add like thick goggles to that, you literally like you can't even see the ground in front of you.
Yeah, it's super scary.
Yeah.
And I think confidence is everything when you're skiing. So if you're lacking any confidence and visibility.
Visibility is low.
Yeah.
Your vibe and your mood will also be low.
I remember in New Zealand, not to add to the fact that New Zealand is not our favourite place to ski, but something I'd never ever encountered anywhere else except New Zealand was sleet. I don't know if you remember that we got sleet on our goggles and we started rubbing them because we couldn't see.
Is when it's like trying to snow, but it's not quite cold enough, so it kind of rains, but it's like a mushy rain. It's like a mushy snowy rain.
And the effect is like this layer of like frost on your goggles. Never encountered it before, and we didn't understand what it was, so we started rubbing our goggles, and we actually scratched them because you shouldn't rub your goggles with anything other than like one of those little cloths.
A really fine cloth.
Or you're meant to like go in and heat them up like in a warm, like inside, let them sort of defrost because that's what it is. It's like almost a layer of ice over them. So anyway, we learned that the hard way, but I remember that happening. We were going down the mountain and I was literally pulling my goggles off my head because the visibility through my eyes, even though it was all the conditions, was better than having obviously that little bit of sleet. So that was something I noticed in New Zealand as well.
Yeah, another point for Northern Hemisphere skiing.
I remembered something else. Did anything come to mind for you or?
Everything's fun there, man.
Yeah, skiing is so fun.
And that's what important to remember. Like, even if you're not real good at it, you're still gonna have fun. There's difficulty levels for everyone, and even if you're stacking it, obviously, if you're in New Zealand, it's a little bit more hectic because it's a bit more icy and rocks and stuff. But if it's a good snow day, like even if you stack it onto like powder snow, so you can just have fun with it. Like don't expect to be a pro straight away, and like have fun with your falls. Like have a laugh about it, and don't take it too seriously. Like you don't have to be good at skiing to enjoy skiing.
I agree, and I think that was the worst thing I did was I was being so hard on myself when I wasn't getting it.
Treating it like an athletic endeavor. Yeah. Like it was some test of your will and power. It's like
literally
you're just playing around in the snow, bro. Like just have fun with it.
We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think having that mentality of like, I'm not good at this, I suck at this, why aren't I better? That affected my skiing even more negatively. And I think if you just have fun with it, that comes with like a level of confidence. So it's like, if I can't fail at this, then I can only enjoy myself. And so I think having a good mentality going into it, not taking it too seriously. Look, there's definitely some people that take it really seriously, which we've encountered. Another memory came to mind, maybe a bit more of like trauma, but we were at Iwataki, which is one of our favourite mountains in Hakuba. Again, going back to Hakuba, it's the best. Iwataki is great. It has like a really big variety of runs. There was one that we went down we hadn't tried before. I can't remember what it was rated. I think it was like an intermediate sort of level.
I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, and I went down the first bit and I was so confident. I'm like, yeah, this is sweet. And then we get about like a quarter of the way down and we realized that the rest was moguls. And if people aren't familiar with moguls,
like little speed bumps.
It's not groomed. It's there's a certain way that you have to ski down them. You can't just go straight down.
Quite difficult. You need to do lots of sharp little turns.
Yeah, it's quite taxing on the body as well. Anyway, I noticed that there were these moguls, and I said to Hugh, I can't go down the moguls. Like, I'm not confident enough.
I cannot do it.
I kind of wish I'd given it a go because it
was pretty hectic. You would have got fucked up.
I love that.
Like,
I love that you don't deny. You're like, yeah, no, you would have.
I remember looking at it, and there was a bit part of me that was like, oh, maybe she should give it a go. But when you said that you were going to walk back up, I was like, yeah, it's probably for the best. And then when I did it, I was like, holy shit, like, yeah, she would have got fucked up.
Yeah. So I left Hugh. I said, Hugh, you go down it without me. I'm going to walk back up.
Yeah.
Would not recommend walking up a ski run.
To add to this, if you've never been skiing before, you don't understand the torment and agony that are ski boots. They weigh about a ton. They're super uncomfortable on your feet. So yeah, add that to scaling a mountain in those. It is very difficult.
But yeah, I decided to endeavor going back up, and I didn't think I'd come down very far, but like you think about the incline of a ski run, it is steep. Like it's steep for a reason because you're meant to pick up speed. I was going up it, and it felt like forever, and it was honestly like I'm not even kidding when I say it was one of the most like hardest things I've done physically in my life.
I just want to put my hand up and say I skied down, then came back around, skied back down again to where Liz was to grab her skis, and then walked up the mountain with her. But we always get through these things with a positive attitude because we use our inclination towards obesity to our advantage. We're walking the whole time, but we're both looking at each other and we're both like, oh, imagine how much food we're going to be able to eat at the end of the day because of all these calories we're burning right now.
Yeah, like we deserve extra food.
I'm going to eat so much food later.
That's honestly the way our brains work. And then you start
smiling, even though it's like a really strenuous, like hard activity. You're like, oh, means I can eat so much food later.
Nothing motivates us more than the promise of food at the end. Oh, so funny. But yeah, there's so many funny moments skiing, and we have always enjoyed it. We're really looking forward to going again, and we're hoping to squeeze one more in before I compete next year. Justin permitting.
I was going to say God willing, but Justin willing.
Justin willing, my coach, bless him. He's like, no more holidays. We're meant to be, you got 2 more builds. You got to knuckle down. But it's just, I just love traveling, and we don't know how long we have, not to get deep, but like, we don't know how much time we have. I don't want to take it for granted. And something like skiing it's one of our favorite things in the world to do. And it's so beautiful that we get to do it together. So, hopefully we'll squeeze in one more, but if not, we'll definitely be there. I think we were talking about a Christmas trip next year, potentially.
Yeah. Well, Christmas trip, I think it was going to be, we're finally going to experience the European, maybe some Austrian Alps or something.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I'm
sure it's on the
horizon. We're hoping to get back to our number 2 on the list at the start of next year.
Niseko. Yeah, so I think if next ski trip will more than likely be Niseko, which we're really looking forward to. Yeah. Well, I think that's been a really good overview of all the ski places. Look, we haven't been everywhere, and we will hopefully add to this one day, and we'll be able to compare another 3-4 resorts maybe one day. But for now, that's our sort of view on what we've experienced. We'd love to hear what you guys think. If you've got any must-see ski resorts in the world, we'd love to hear about it.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you for joining us, everybody.
Have a great day.